Super short video this time, and that's because it just builds on something that we've already done. It wasn't too long ago where you were finding the missing measurements of lengths or widths or bases or heights or whatever using the area. If you already knew the area, you could use that along with one of the known dimensions to find one of the missing measurements, right? Same thing here, except this time we have 3 dimensions to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and just run through one example here, but this shouldn't be super difficult or super new to you because you already did it with area, okay? So let's say that I have this rectangular prism here, and this time I know the volume. This time I know that this relatively large rectangular prism is 70 meters cubed, okay? That means there are 70 little cubic meters all filling up this box right here, okay? I know that. I also know that the depth here is 2 meters, that's this line here, and that the height is 5 meters. That's this one up and down. The only thing I don't know yet is what's the base? And that could come in handy because what if I had a whole bunch of these 70 meter cubed rectangular prisms that I had to stack them all in a certain space? It'd be very helpful to know how big this base is so I know how to stack them and how many I can fit in that space. So, how do I figure this out? Well, I know that the volume formula is this dimension, which is height, this one is base, and this one is depth, okay? You can put the multiplication dots in there if you need to. Just to remember that we're doing multiplication. You probably already know that, but anyway. And then I'm gonna go ahead and rewrite this, but I'm gonna fill in the things that I already know, like volume. Okay, so the volume is 70. The height is 5. I don't know base yet, so I'll just write that as B. And I do know that the depth is 2. Right? Now, I have 3 different things being multiplied here, so I'm going to go ahead and simplify that. I'm not doing anything to 70 yet, but here I can multiply 5 times 2, and that's 10, right? And then keep the B here, so I have 10 times B. See how I just simplified the 5 times 2 into a 10, and now it's 10 times B. See what I got now? I've got something that we've had plenty of practice with, and that's a one-step equation. I want that B to be alone because I want to know what is the value of B. What is B? So I'm going to divide by 10 because that will leave me with 1B, right? And if I do it to this side, I have to do it to this side. 70 divided by 10 is 7. So this tells me that B is 7 meters. And that's going to help me not make a big mess and maybe even do a little bit of planning before I start stacking all of these rectangular prisms, all these very large boxes against a wall or something. Okay, so hopefully this wasn't too much of a trick for you. All we're doing, like I said, the only thing that's different from using area to find missing lengths or missing measurements was that we're adding 1 dimension. So take the 2 that you already know to find the one that you don't know, okay? If you need a little bit of a refresher, you can go back and check out our old area, finding missing lengths with area lesson. If you think you're good with this, go ahead and check out the exercises underneath this. There won't be any exercise review video on this, but basically I went through and made a nice answer key for you. Tons of practice on there. Do enough to make sure that you're comfortable with this. And the cool thing about the exercises that I have underneath is it has tons of review on finding volume actually. If you feel okay with those, you can just kind of skip through them and get to the ones where it's asking you for the missing lengths, all right? Good luck. See you in a while.